The persecution of LGBTQI+ people in Uganda has been a persistent issue since the country's colonial era. However, the situation in the country has severely worsened with the passing of the 2023 Anti-Homosexuality Act. Enacted by Uganda's president of 37 years, who presides over an increasingly authoritarian regime, the anti-homosexuality law is considered one of the most extreme in the world. The law, which is the second of its kind, enacted in just 10 years, has enabled some of the most volatile, fearful environments for the LGBTQI+ community in Uganda. It increases penalty for same-sex consensual adult relations, it introduces several new crimes, and it even criminalizes allyship. Activists, public health workers, and others face long prison sentences. Over the last 1.5 years since the law's enactment, there have been over 1,550 gross human rights violations against the community. In this difficult and challenging context, it is our pleasure today to recognize Uganda's LGBTQI+ movement for the Democracy Courage Tribute Award. Particularly, we're here to recognize Convening for Equality, a movement led by 3 courageous and unapologetic leaders, Richard Luzibimpo, Frank Mugisha, and Claire Bayarugaba from Uganda Key Populations Consortium, Sexual Minorities Uganda, and Chapter 4 Uganda, respectively. CFE has served as a successful model of organizing for communities that have found themselves the target of these draconian laws that promote homophobia and transphobia, as well as hate and violence. Through innovative and successful advocacy strategies, CFE has led the Ugandan LGBTQI+ community's fight against the law in question, galvanizing international and national allies to collectively fight the law and bringing people together to challenge this concept of citizens as second-class citizens. In CFE, we witness a movement that embodies the very definition of tenacity, hope, and strength, driven by a firm belief that justice and freedom are inevitable, and that when communities show up to fight back against adversaries, they win. Without any further ado, I'd like to introduce the 2 individuals who will be accepting this award on behalf of the Ugandan LGBTQI+ community. First, we have Claire Bayarugaba, who's one of the few LGBTQI+ rights activists openly doing so in Uganda. As the Diversity, Equality, and Inclusion Officer at Chapter 4 Uganda, she founded the first ever Parents and Families of LGBTIQ Children. This groundbreaking social intervention project aims to foster dialogue and reconciliation between LGBTQI+ individuals and their families. She is also the co-convener of the Convening for Equality. And second, we have Pepe Julien Onziama, who is a renowned trans man openly living in Uganda. He is a Ugandan LGBTQI+ rights advocate and community organizer with a deep personal connection to the communities he serves in Uganda, the African continent, and beyond. As the head of programs at Sexual Minorities Uganda, Pepe oversees advocacy, litigation, campaigns, resource mobilization, and solidarity. He's done incredible work to combat discriminatory laws and raise awareness about human rights. Please join me again in congratulating and welcoming them.
I'm so happy